It's me again. Today's date is April 2nd, 2023. It's a Sunday. I took a few takes because I kept getting the day wrong and the year wrong. For some reason, I'm still stuck in 2022. Yesterday was April Fool's. The emails came out. The series of emails, which some people thought might have been an April Fool's joke because of the date which it came out. So I investigated. I was sent some emails. I investigated. I even talked to the person who submitted the request. So a gentleman submitted a Freedom of Information Act to the SEC on December 14th. And his specific language was that he wanted to know the series of events and information that led up to the U3 FINRA halt. Who, what, when, where, why. He said that in the email. And then he wanted to know all of the failed to delivers. 3.5 months later, he gets a response back from SEC. He went to the SEC Freedom of Information Act office, link below. It took 3.5 months for the SEC to get back to the requester. The next question is this real? I want to say yes. I talked to the requester himself. I saw what he requested. And then I went to the SEC database. The SEC has its own specific database for this. So if you look at the documents, go to MMTLP resources, they have the documents. You might notice I'm not posting the documents here. I'm going to do a different take. If you have the documents, you can pull them up. So I'm going to present it to you in a linear fashion. I'm taking the note side. But if you'd like to see the documents, MMTLP resources has them linked below. And again, you're not going to see this. If you're watching the video today and this week, you might not see it. If you search for that request number on the SEC Freedom of Information Act website database, it doesn't come up. But they give it to you in Excel file because the March Excel file isn't out yet. And this was given on March 30th. The last business day that they could on March. So this could very well be included in the March database. The next is, well, why hasn't anybody else come up with this? Well, the guy requested this December 14th. It took 3.5 months to get that information to him, which I find not out of the question for government. He asked the SEC. Okay, so we're going to present these in a linear timeline fashion. And before I present it to you, I have to give you the following information for this to make sense. 1, the requested information, the gentleman who requested this, had it lead up to the U3 halt. And in fact, this goes a little bit past the U3 halt, but essentially all information stops around December 13th before requested it. So there's no more information from that in regards to the FAQ that FINRA did. Number 2, all emails are to a redacted person that worked for the SEC. They were to a person who worked with the SEC from FINRA. And then there's another redacted person on there as well. But all the emails, we'll call that person B6 because they were redacted. But all the emails on this are to that redacted person. Hence why you see a lot of copies. If you look at the documents, it's like, oh, it's the one email 6 times. Well, he was on a group email in the CC. If you do a corporate thing and you're ever on like a group email, you'll get maybe the same email 2 or 3 times. With that being said, let's present it to you in a linear fashion. The first email comes from November 29th, 2021. It was a Monday. This is when MMTLP started trading on its own. And it had been trading now for about six weeks. This email is from Sam Draddy to B6. It was sent at 5:03 p.m. There was a meeting earlier today about MMTLP. And Sam gave Patty's email to B6 since B6 talked to Patty in a meeting. Patty's from the Market Ops team. The next email comes from November 29th, 2021 again. It's in reference again to getting in touch with Patty at Market Ops because B6 had talked to Patty at the meeting, and Market Ops was investigating this at the time. Okay, so those were the 2021 emails from Sam Draddy. Now we're going to go to Friday, December 2nd, 2022, 10:46 a.m. The timestamps sort of matter on this. There's a meeting with FINRA's corporate action team regarding the spin-out of the oil and gas into Nextbridge Hydrocarbons. The meeting that they want is for Monday, December 5th or Tuesday, December 6th, various times. And they give times like, hey, we can have a meeting at this time on Monday or this time on Tuesday. Monday's when things start to heat up. Monday, December 5th, 9:07 a.m. It's from Sam Draddy to B6. Sam says, MMTLP has now hit his fraud radar and seemingly has pinged many other radars. What other radars did it ping? He doesn't say. He just says fraud and many others as well. And then Sam says, hey, remember Patty from last year? From Market Ops? You spoke to her and the General Counsel office. Let's have a meeting so we're not duplicating efforts. Sam says then he's blue sheeting both MMTLP and MMAT. And then, hey, maybe we could do a Zoom meeting as well, in addition to the other meeting, so they could sync their data so they're not duplicating efforts. About 20 minutes later, Monday, December 5th, 9:29 a.m. It's from Sam. He wants the Zoom meeting today at 1 p.m. about MMTLP. Monday, December 5th, 10:14 a.m. So now it's about 45 minutes later. Sam emails back the same people and says, hey, we're moving the meeting from 2 to 2:30 p.m. today. So it's about a 30-minute meeting. So they have a meeting. You know that they're having meetings Monday and Tuesday about these corporate actions, about the fraud being pinged on the radar, about the blue sheets. The next email we get is December 11th, 2022, and it's Sunday, and it's 6:38 p.m. Sunday evening. President of FINRA emails it to B6 and other people. It's an official looking email. It says it's an email about the halt. The email states that FINRA has received lots of emails and calls about the halt, and there's been some concerning messages directed at FINRA and to specific employees. And so the president of FINRA, Robert Cook, stay home and don't come in for the whole week. Unless you have to. We can do Zoom meetings. And this is why nobody answered the phone at FINRA. Like the ombudsman, they're like, go to the ombudsman. But nobody was answering the phone. It all went straight to voicemail. Remember that? You pick it up, you call, straight to voicemail. For quite a while. Everybody's like, why is it all voicemail? Are they busy? Are they ignoring us? Well, they were told don't come in for a whole week. I guess Robert was required to send out 2 emails regarding this stay-at-home order because he sent the second email 1 minute later, Sunday, December 11th at 6:39. And he's like, this is email 2 about it. 2 out of 2. Okay, it sounds like a very governmental thing to do. 2 hours after the first email on Sunday, December 11th, you get another email. B6 gets another email. And it's from this woman. And she wants to have a meeting with B6 regarding the MMTLP situation and the recent trading halt. Let's meet for Monday, 9 a.m. tomorrow. So they're going to meet on Zoom at 9 a.m. And that was the meeting there. And then the emails stop. So, in summary again for this timeline, this is now an even condensed form of this timeline. Number 1, there was an investigation that Sam Draddy talked about regarding MMTLP in 2021, November. And it involved the Market Ops team and the General Counsel. Number 2, December 2nd, let's have a meeting regarding the corporate action and spin out from MMTLP into Nextbridge Hydrocarbons. The meeting they want either Monday, December 5th or Tuesday, December 6th. Monday, December 5th, Sam talks about how MMTLP has now pinged the fraud radar and lots of other radars that were unspecified. Talk to market ops team. And let's get organized and have a meeting. We're pulling the blue sheets on MMTLP and MMAT. If you'd like more information on blue sheets, see the link below. Number 4, a meeting. This could be in reference to the same meeting or a different meeting that wasn't specified for 1 p.m. for MMTLP. But then it got changed to 2 p.m. later that day. December 11th, the FINRA president says stay at home. And then 2 hours later, there's an email from a woman to B6 saying, let's have some meetings regarding this on Monday, December 12th. Let's have a meeting regarding MMTLP, the recent halt, all that. And that's where we stop. Okay, in summary, basically, SEC and FINRA was investigating MMTLP in November, and it was still trading. The 5th and the 6th of December, when FINRA released their corporate action notice, they had a lot of meetings still about it, and MMTLP was pinging lots of radars. For what, we don't know. One was a fraud radar, but we don't know what other radars it was pinging. So they have meetings about it. And then they're like, we're pulling the blue sheets. Now, that was Monday, December 5th. As John Burtis stated yesterday in a Twitter space, FINRA had received the list of shareholders from AST the night before the U3 halt was given. So the U3 halt was issued early Friday morning, December 9th. FINRA had received the list of shareholders from AST Thursday evening. This may or may not have contributed to the halt, but by then they had the blue sheets, the list of shareholders, and they decided to pull the U3 halt. But FINRA knew that they would have issues very early on. And it seems like things sort of got more intense around December 5th and 6th. Going forward, will this impact anything? I'm not sure. It could impact stuff. It could be very beneficial for us as shareholders of NextPurge Hydrocarbons. It certainly shows that FINRA was well aware of the situation. It does show that. And that it pinged different radars, not just a fraud, but it pinged a few other radars which were unspecified. This could aid maybe in discovery because, okay, what radars did it ping? Can we see those blue sheets? It says you pulled them. Let's see those blue sheets and see how it pinged your fraud radar, maybe what other radars it pinged. We could open up discovery in that end. So that's it for today. Again, that's more or less a summary of the emails and my notes from the emails, putting them into a linear timeline to you. Because if you looked at this, you're like, why am I seeing the same email 6 times? And I hope that helped you today. Lots of people were excited about these email releases. I was a bit excited. Again, this can certainly aid in discovery or lead to discovery. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I will see you soon. Goodbye.